Chris, do you believe that the NBA could ever pass the NFL in popularity?
Dustin, you don't mind going first, would you?
No, I'll go.
Go ahead.
Don't worry about it. Because she can only read.
Yeah, to be fair, on her piece of paper it did say Chris, but
No,
to
be fair, I was trying to be a dick, so...
Were you? I'm not buying that.
Oh my god, I was.
Well, you are what
you burned us so good.
I gotta go first.
Obviously, you were too embarrassed.
Alright. As NBA popularity, NFL popularity, as of right now, I don't see it happening soon. But I do think it's going to pass the NFL in popularity.
Really?
Yeah. But here's why. Let me get my point.
Get a chance.
I think the NBA, and not even NBA, but basketball as a whole, is doing a very good job marketing towards the young generation. So I think maybe ages 8 through we'll say 18, and at child age, I guess, young adult age. I think when they become young adults have their own. I think at that point, minors, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I think that.
He knows that because he has a lot of minors. And misdemeanors. That's why he knows that.
As I was saying, I think the NBA does such a great job of marketing the young people that they're looking at the bigger picture coming up. I think so. Maybe next 20 years, I think they will at one point surpass the NFL, which is tough to say because the NFL owns its own day. I say it all the time. They own Sunday, but
wow,
whoa,
Jesus,
church.
Oh wow, there's that.
But I know you see it all the time.
Now you can watch that shit on TV.
Yeah, you can watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Tag me.
It's right next to C-SPAN.
But
You can also watch it.
But like I was saying before, obviously it's young generation, so it's a parent thing. You hear more parents every day saying, "Oh, I don't want my kid playing football." Mm-hmm. Even football players saying their kids that he's want to play football. Did LeBron say he doesn't want his kids playing football?
Yeah, he wants his kids.
I mean, obviously that's a bad example because he's a fast player, but still, I think just because of that, I think basketball as itself, it's gonna come into a whole different culture, a whole nother level. I also think that the NBA does a better job of I said this already, marketing the superstars. I think it's more attractable. You can become more famous playing basketball rather than playing football because someone like LeBron, you go to his social media. Okay, you go to LeBron's social media. I bet you look at his followers, it has to be significantly higher than Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I just think it's such a bigger sport, in the eye of the public, because it's more media friendly. That's what I think, and I think there's so much negatives that come with the NFL. They're shooting themselves in the foot, the concussion stuff. Yeah, like that. All of this, the Spygate, Flintgate. I like the Patriots. I like Tom Brady.
So many gates.
So a whole lot of gates, but there's just so many negatives that come within the NFL. Before season even started, people talking about Zeke's suspension. It's a whole lot of negatives. It doesn't look nice.
There's suspensions everywhere.
There's suspensions everywhere, and I think a lot of it has to do with management. I think.
Nazi over here.
I know. I think Adam Silver does a better job than Roger Goodell. I don't like how Roger Goodell, he likes to be the judge and jury. I think
to be fair,
an executioner, right?
He is only a robot, though, as you can see on South Park. All the owners control him. They just put batteries in him, and he malfunctions sometimes. So
I just think all the way from management, the management of the NFL, to I don't want to say them basketball being more safe of a sport, but that's part of what I'm getting to. I think that's why the NBA will surpass the NFL, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think it's going to be maybe a decade or two.
Okay.
I agree with Dustin. I'm saying long term, just like him, not in 5 years, 10 years, but maybe in 15, 20 years down the road, when the XFL comes back and takes over the NFL. But like Dustin said, the NFL owns its own day. They have Sunday. Everyone knows when you get done with church, you go home and you watch NFL on CBS, Fox, whatever, Reddit, doesn't matter what you watch it on. And then the NBA is going up with viewing, and the NFL is declining due to the national anthem protests, concussions. Even this one might not seem so important, but reviews. They review every touchdown and every turnover. And sometimes those reviews take 5 to 10 minutes. And everyone gets bored and changes the channel because they don't want to see the same play over.
The NBA is
over
definitely
and over.
quicker with their reviews, yeah.
And and the NFL, that's all they show. They don't show anything else. So, say, back to the Patriots-Steelers game. I know it's recent, so we talked about it. But they reviewed that.
Talk about it.
They reviewed that for maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Well, that was long, yeah.
On a simple,
it was a long break.
And people didn't even know they were
It kills the
reviewing it.
momentum.
No one knew what they were reviewing. So I think that turns people off because no one really understood what was going on, and you just have to watch the same play over and over again. And the NBA, like Dustin said, they're so media friendly. Like, I don't know if it's the same for the NFL for All-Star voting. Can you go on Twitter and do hashtag NBA All-Star vote?
I think only.
NFL?
Can you do it for NFL?
I'm pretty
Can
sure,
you?
yeah.
Okay. I haven't voted for the NFL in several years.
I haven't voted.
I haven't
for
voted
the,
since
Henry
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky. That's the last time I voted for the NFL
Yep.
Pro Bowl.
But now that we're getting in the swing of the NBA season, there's literally NBA games on national television every single night.
And another month from now, once the Super Bowl stuff's over, like
Yeah.
dude, it's awesome.
I think, don't quote me on this, but more people watched the NBA Finals last year than they watched the Super Bowl. Maybe that was the teams.
Are you're combining? Like,
Are you combining all the games?
Like, actually, we'll talk about Game 7 when LeBron came back from the 3-1.
Oh, you're saying 2 years ago? 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
2 years
sorry.
ago.
Right,
My
right.
bad.
That's possible.
Because everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're coming back from a 3-1 lead. They might first time ever, I believe, in the NBA history."
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
the finals, yeah.
You think that more in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
It would.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it would have had to have been all those games together.
It would have to have been, because I remember seeing that, like,
the Super Bowl's numbers are
I
crazy.
remember
It's
seeing-
also a global thing, you know what I mean? People don't just watch the Super Bowl because they like football; they watch it
For the
it's like
commercials.
it's an annual.
People literally-
everybody does it.
No, it's a holiday.
I know. I
Yeah.
saw last year that the average views for one of the NBA Finals games was 16 million, and like the average view for a Week 3 football
Yeah.
game was like 15 million. Yeah, so I mean, like, the views aren't. I mean, that's only one game, and there's 7 games. I don't get caught up in the views. That's not important to me. Because, like he said,
Good album.
Because you watch the Super Bowl, a girl who hasn't touched football in her life, they watch Super Bowl just because of commercials. Yeah, I mean, that's
or they find the players attractive. You know,
It's
whatever
very
else.
that is sexist. But I mean, even the guys.
It's 2018. Read a book. Actually, 2017's over, so we're done respecting women. Back to not respecting women. 2018.
Like,
I-
what the fuck? You
What?
can't say that.
See
It's called a joke. Oh, Christina, sit down. We're kidding.
Take
we,
it back, Jansen.
We love women here.
But
We
I do want to
respect
say,
them.
the NBA is up 24% in their viewing this year, which is a big amount in the media and the viewing views. So,
Well, unlike these two trick ass bitches,
Shit.
I totally disagree. I feel like the NBA is surpassing or already surpassed. Who the fuck invited her? Anyway,
It's called a fill-in.
Don't get me started.
Is that because he has tattoos? Is that why he did that?
Okay, you're fine. Continue. I'm sorry for messing your flow.
I feel like it did surpass the NFL by now just because of the delay of games, the views, however you want to look at it. I think everybody wants to see the NBA. It's more entertaining. People, when you go to work next day, people are like, you see what LeBron did? You see what Curry did? Nobody says, do you see what Andy Dalton did last night? Who the fuck is Andy Dalton?
The ugly ginger stephead kitty you get. Oh my god.
Exactly. People want to see offense. What is the NBA? What's full
Constant
of?
scoring.
Constant offense. The fucking
The playoff game, the Bills Jags game, was 10-3.
yeah, who the fuck wants to watch
That's
that?
fun. You can do that. I watch paint dry.
Maybe for a true NFL, like, diehard
A
fan,
Bills Mafia fan.
they enjoy it, but, like, for an average just sports fan, you're going to watch the NBA. There's more action involved.
If you weren't a fan of the Sixers, and what's your favorite NBA team, Dustin?
Sixers.
If you guys weren't fans of the Sixers and you weren't fans of the Patriots and Steelers, and you had regular season tickets to, let's say, who would be the third most popular NFL team besides Pittsburgh and New England?
Cowboys?
Probably
maybe?
the Cowboys.
Probably the
The
Cowboys,
Cowboys.
yeah, just by default, I guess.
Let's say you had free airfare, sideline, season ticket seats to Dallas Cowboys or Golden State Warriors. What you guys picking?
Yeah, but
Golden State.
you're biased because you guys like are more basketball players.
But still.
But I'm saying I'm not picking their teams. I'm just picking two of the popular franchises.
No, but I'm saying they'd rather watch basketball because they're more basketball athletes, basketball like involved.
Yes, but we're throwing that out of our opinion. We are simple-minded right now.
Yeah, but you're still biased. Like
I'd rather watch more superstars because Dallas Cowboys, maybe they have what? 2 like superstars now.
Yeah.
They have a Hall of Famer in Jason Witten, I believe.
Yeah.
But like their superstars right now would be Zeke and Dak, and I don't even know if Dak you'd call a superstar right now because he's fallen off.
All right, I'll make this I'll make it a little bit easier. What's if you guys could go to the Super Bowl? Your favorite team's not in it. 2 teams, that are competitive, whatever. You go and watch them, or you could go watch Warriors play anybody. Front row. You're sitting right next to Steve Kerr.
That's hard.
I would go to the NBA Finals. There's more experience.
No, but I'm saying, like, I don't even like because of the Warriors. I'm not a Steph Curry fan. I'm not a fan of all the threes being shot.
But I'm saying, what's if
I
would still be in that game?
NBA Finals to Super Bowl, like I go NBA Finals. Sideline like that atmosphere's got to be crazy.
Well, I would say like you could be at the Super Bowl and you.
This is my thing. The Super Bowl, that's the rich pricks who can afford the game.
Yeah.
Like you go to Golden State in the NBA Finals, that place is loaded with people from the area. That's
Are we picking the All-Star game over the Pro Bowl as well?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
To be honest with you, I think the Pro Bowl is the most unimportant All-Star game in sports. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about it.
It's literally 2-hand touch in the Pro Bowl. Like, I understand, you don't want to get hurt and all that stuff, but like, what's the
right there? But that's right there. That's another reason, there. You're just calling it right there. The NBA is surpassing the NFL just right there because you just said the NFL is two-handed in a two-hand touch football in the Pro Bowl, the most exciting game there could possibly be besides the Super Bowl. And you just said it's two-hand touch when you can go to the NBA All-Star game and it's a real game. Nothing fucking changes.
Well, except for like, never mind. I don't know.
You're fine.
I think they just in the NBA they just let them like play. They don't call anything because
But that's what we're saying though.
But it's more exciting.
All the rules are like you go to college and then you go to the NBA. It's like completely.
Well, there are also a different set of rules. Also, in the NBA.
Well, I think what she's getting at is the refs are more lenient with calling walks and all that stuff.
So why in NBA they're like more lenient in calling like walks and stuff. But now you're complaining about in the Pro Bowl they're more touchy on the like.
But to the NBA, that I'm not calling it. It's exciting. Like,
but it's also two different sports as well. I mean, I understand what you're saying about the two-handed touch thing, but it's also a very contact sport into a very not so contact sport, but more finesse sport.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And an example about so last year in the NBA Finals, one of the highlight plays that Steph Curry had was he had in
and out.
In and out dribble LeBron. And if you look at the video, it was a double dribble. He had both hands on the ball, but it was a cool moment in the series.
Highlight.
Like it was a highlight. Like no one's saying,
double dribble.
No, and I agree.
Okay, you don't want that one.
And as a LeBron fan, I say that. But
Steph came off a screen and LeBron stepped up on him, gave him an in and out. LeBron went so far to the right, and Curry hit a step back three. That wasn't a walk, carry, nothing.
Yeah,
so I'd rather watch that than a nice little dump down pass for 2 yards on the play.
I agree. Basically, what we're all saying, I think we're all in agreement. Is just when is it happening? Has it happened? Is it happening right now? Will it happen? I agree with what Chris is saying. That in my eyes, and obviously I'm more of a basketball fan. I'm a football fan, but I'm saying in the sports side, the media's eye and stuff. I think basketball has taken over to some degree, but. Because if you go on ESPN, if you're looking at some of their shows like this, aren't as good as this one. Obviously, this is the premier sports show debating. There is.
Heard that.
But, some of them suck now. Will Kane a bitch. But
that's awesome.
He's awful.
Even first take.
Yeah, I know. But I love Stephen A. though. But anyway, they're talking basketball all year round. NBA offseason during the summer. They're still talking about it. Once football's over, those stories are over mostly. One out there or whatever. But every day you go on the show, they're still talking about LeBron.
It's just the league's just ran so much better.
It's just.
Yeah, but I think no matter what, NBA will never pass it. Like I think it'll get close, but I don't think it'll ever pass it.
Well, then here's this. So I'm saying in the eye of the I won't say it was rudely, but in the educated sports side, the NBA is already making huge strides against the NFL. But in just the average fan eye, here's this. So the NFL was down 5% this year in viewing throughout the regular season. That's about 750,000 less views per game. Now, that's not a lot, obviously, but if you multiply it by 16 weeks, that's around 12 million views. That's almost like saying that one game, people just don't turn it on.
People don't watch.
Not a single person
Yeah, but
watches
there's
it.
a reason for that. It's not like all of
What-
a sudden
But
NFL
that's what I'm saying though. Because of this stuff, anthem protests,
But
suspensions, the
sooner or
game.
later, that's going to be like in the back of everyone's mind. They're going to forget about that.
No, but
Is it though? Because
there's
Roger
always
Goodell
something.
just signed an extension. People hate. He's
Yeah,
bad. He's
Yeah,
bad.
nothing's
For,
changing.
He's
NBA
bad for the
NBA is
NFL.
trending up.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
NFL's
yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
down.
They're
I
gonna
think.
meet here sometime.
Yeah,
I mean,
the NBA is player friendly. It's fan friendly. More star power, like we talked about. Walker says up 24%. The number I saw was a little bit lower. It's 18%, but this might be different times we're talking about. And so I think it will. So I think it's already past the NFL as an enjoyable content for a sports fan to watch. If you're a sports fan in general, I think it's just gotten to the point where it's more enjoyable. But I'm talking views, I'm talking ratings, I'm talking all that shit. Like money, because NFL makes more money than NBA, obviously. I'm saying eventually all that shit's going to belong to the NBA too.
and there's more stories in the NBA too.
that's
People
why I
still
talk
talk
More
about
positive stories. in the
People,
NBA.
even if it's not like even the bad stuff, like Kevin Durant leaving the Thunder,
Yeah.
people still talk about that.
Absolutely.
And when you talk about the Belichick Brady thing, that's already going on a lot.
and-
People are stuff
we're,
talking
yeah,
about
we're
that.
gonna talk about the Brady Belichick thing. We decided not to because it's already
Deflated.
It's deflated. Much like their balls, it's already deflated. So
when you think of, you guys said when you think of the NBA, you think of Michael Jordan, right?
Yep.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, so when you think of America, what's the sport you think of?
Baseball.
Yeah,
Baseball or football?
fucking
I
force
said
baseball.
baseball. or football.
Yeah, but
I think of baseball or football.
You know what the worst thing
But
about
that's
ESPN
the past-
summer
no,
time
No,
is?
but like
That's
our roots,
baseball.
like
Oh.
so many
The worst.
Americans, like their roots are embedded in like football.
But that's
So,
what we were
I
saying.
don't think
I
that will
totally
ever
agree.
change
Okay.
though. I think
But
no matter
NBA is
America,
global
America's
game.
roots were also embedded in slavery. Luckily, we went away from that eventually.
But I was
too.
saying how like more people are playing basketball. Like,
It's
people don't-
global.
Yeah, it is.
NFL's not.
That's very true.
NBA, WNBA, NFL, those bitches are in the kitchen.
Lingerie
there's a
football league, I
professional
guess.
like
Lingerie.
girls football
They're
league,
in
so.
Yeah,
lingerie. How serious is that?
No, there's
Like, come
real
on.
ones.
But basically,
actual
going off
ones.
of what she's talking about, like baseball and the NFL, that's generational.
It's like a
so
it's like a respect.
that was
thing
the
almost.
pastime. Now we're getting into like the
It's
NBA.
trending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So all the
Yeah,
younger
but
kids
I
are
believe
enjoying
that.
basketball more. So we're not saying
I
in the
think
next
it's just
5
a
years,
phase,
but
though.
when
But I think it's
when
just
the
a phase.
older people that enjoy the NFL and baseball, when they all die, rest in peace, whatever. But all us, the younger generation
And
will
it's
enjoy
just
basketball.
it's just like when we say Jordan. The reason why people say without hesitation Michael Jordan, greatest player of all time, is because that's just what it's been.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, by the time we are older, perhaps that will change.
It could
and
be the
people,
Jordan.
and people will say it's LeBron, and maybe in another 10 years from now, people are gonna say it's Ben Simmons. I'm just
Yeah.
like as an example.
Just
But like
spitballing
it's
here.
all about time change. I'm just saying eventually the NBA will surpass the NFL because it's just
Generational.
because basketball has become more of a global game. We talk about the Ball brothers who just went to go play in Lithuania. Lithuania is the sport in that nation.
Where are
You
you
know.
going
Yeah,
to
but
play
are
football
are
at?
we talking about just like
Canadian Football League, we just trashed on them.
Yeah.
But if you want to go to another country, it's not football anymore. It's rugby. Like no other really country has a football
yeah,
league.
but we're
It turns
talking
into
about
rugby.
just in here.
We're talking about America. Okay, so what's the league competing right now with the NBA?
Wait, what?
What
leagues
league
compete
competes with the NBA?
There isn't one because everyone realizes the NBA is a superior product and there's nothing wrong about it really. There's nothing to change. Whereas the NFL, even though like I said it's failed before, now they're trying it again. The XFL, the CFL, even though it's a Canadian league, but there's a lot of American talent over there. There are other attempts at trying to fix what the NFL's not doing. People see the
Isn't there a
discrepancies.
European League in the basketball?
Oh, over there, but I thought we were talking about here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll bring it back.
But yeah, I think that the thing that's most important is star power. It's what players to face at the NFL right now.
Exactly. I was just gonna say who. Tom Brady.
Is Tom Brady?
I guess.
He's old, but this thing, he's old and great. But is he like that star power? Like he doesn't have that mom mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you think of
so
football,
who's the face it? Is it Zeke? Well, Zeke, he got those suspensions. He's not like
Tom
a role
Brady
model.
He deflates.
There's like,
like-
he cheats and stuff. But whereas basketball, you say who's the face of the NBA right now? LeBron, Steph Curry, KD
You
had a big thing.
you go on, yeah.
There's so much more star power, and because of how we are with social media these days, highlight stuff like that. I don't have numbers to back this up, but I would guarantee there's more basketball tweets retweeted and liked and highlights on Twitter than there is football. It's because is how it is. it's gotta pass it. The numbers it's happening before our eyes right now. Like I said, I think it's already passed it in the viewer's eye, but now in a number standpoint, like they're talking about 20 years maybe less. It's there. Yeah. On every level. Right now, I think it's there in an entertainment level. Eventually, it's going to be their entertainment numbers.
Well, like he's been saying, NBA is going up and the NFL's going down. At some point, they're going to pass each other. You know what I mean?
In ratings, absolutely. Now, but of course, but you got to take into consideration. Whoa, the week 3 games. Was 15 million or whatever views. Well, there's just one game between the Kings and the Jazz on a Tuesday night in Minnesota. It didn't go well. Well, yeah, it's one 82 games in the series. It's just totally different. Mm-hmm. But I think eventually it will happen.